everyone, it's Shannon with Play with the World, and today's message is very relevant because a lot of people have actually emailed me and reached out and asked this question, and coaching clients come to me a lot and ask this question. And what happens is a lot of the times we start to become happier, we start to follow our dreams, and we realize that we're in a really good place, but there's people around us who are not as happy. And so today's question that keeps coming up in the real theme of today is how to help someone who is depressed. Maybe you're feeling happy, maybe you're putting all the principles into play and you're starting to see the magic of living life fully and really being happy and choosing happiness. But you have friends, family, lovers, relationships, people, bosses in the workplace who are just really sucking your soul because they're so negative and they don't want to be happy, or they're just not in a place to really understand why you're so happy. So today I'm going to give you tools to help you really feel empowered and still help others. So I want you to think about if there's anyone in your life, and it could be you, but I think a lot of you are really doing a great job and you're really feeling happier. So think about someone else perhaps in your life who is really negative. Maybe they are depressed and they're sad, or they're just not reaching out, but maybe they are reaching out and you just don't know how to help them, and whatever you do, it just doesn't feel like enough. So as I take you through these tools today, I want you to kind of approach the situation with the relationship you have in mind. And the first thing that I want to share is we can't help people unless they want to be helped, but we can be there for them. So the good news is you can be there and you can love them for who they are without trying to change them. Literally, think about how hard it is to change yourself and then apply that to someone else. We don't change until we're ready. You know, think about your own life. When you're ready, things really happen for you. And that's why you're choosing happiness now. That's why you're really seeing your dreams come true, because you're ready. And so we can't take our readiness and just put it on someone else. It doesn't work that way. But what we can do is be there and love them. But I'm going to give you tools that are different than probably what you're expecting, because you may be feeling exhausted. If you're there for someone and they're not getting happier, no wonder you're depleted. No wonder you're just like, why are they not getting happier? Well, let's take the attention off of them, and as I go through these 3 steps, watch how your life will really transform when you take your power back and protect yourself. So the very first step is to be the example. It's true. Obviously, this is a famous quote, but you want to be the example. Instead of saying, you know, here's a good book, you can definitely give books and recommendations to them, but until they're ready, they're not going to open the book, or they're not really going to open the emails. Keep sharing, but the reality is you just be connected to yourself and be present to you. When you are the example, people really are like, what does she have? What does he have? I need to learn about what they're doing that's working. It's kind of like someone who goes on a diet and they keep it off, all the weight off for a really long time. Most people will be like, oh, well, what are you doing? And only when they ask are they really receptive to hearing. And even then, you want to take the expectation off and be open with sharing, you know, I read this good book, or I really am practicing principles of being present and choosing happiness, and just let it be where you keep being you. And so keep protecting yourself by being true to yourself. So be the example instead of forcing them to like take on your beliefs. Just be what you practice. And as you practice happiness, it will really spread out into others. So the second step I want to share with you is to help yourself before you help others. Here's the thing, a lot of times we try so hard to be there for those around us. We love them, we care about them, and when they don't get happy, we take it personally, like we're not doing enough. And so I want you, for now, take that mentality and just hang it up, because you are doing enough, but you have to be there for yourself. So be there for yourself first and foremost. Instead of focusing so much on how they're depressed, look at your own side of the street, so to speak. They talk about this in 12-step meetings a lot for addiction recovery. You know, really focus on yourself. And when you can do that, the relationship will strengthen on its own, because you're not abandoning them, you're not running away or ignoring them. You're just making sure that you're taking care of you, because you can't possibly be there for someone else if you're depleted or you're not really looking at your own stuff or taking care of you. So what can you do? It's really about, instead of worrying so much about helping them. How can I help myself? Where can I be more happy? Where can I release any insecurities? Keep the attention back on you. And this will lead you into the third step of how you can really help someone who's depressed or someone who's feeling a lot down and out more so than you. And that is to love them without expectations. When we have expectations on people, when we go to them and we try to fix them, or we go to them and say, you gotta be happy, it's way better over here, I'm happy, you gotta join me, we're putting this strained force on the relationship. And when you do that, they feel that. I know when I was diagnosed with clinical depression and I had friends who were happy and I had coworkers who seemed to have it all figured out, and it made me feel more guilty about my own life, because that's part of the depression response. Like, the response to the world is everything everyone else is doing is better, and we take on a lot of guilt. Well, I've moved through that, obviously, and I do the work I do today, and one of the ways I was able to do it is to have people around me who loved me without trying to fix me. Because depression, sadness, emotional turmoil, whatever they're experiencing, is part of a bigger picture. I know for me, my purpose, my pain led me to my purpose. And so the people who were around me and loved me without trying to change me were actually the shining lights for me. And I want to share that with you. How can you be a shining light for those who maybe aren't as happy as you? It's to truly allow them to be where they are and who they are in this moment, but love them. Don't try to fix them. Just be there and lend an ear. Just listen, help them by holding space, but know that you're only responsible for yourself. You can't save other people. And so really, I want you to just focus the attention on you, but love them, care for them, but you don't have to attach your worth to what their experiences. This is going to help you through the holiday season. There's a lot of depression that kind of kicks in this time of year. And so I want you to really watch your own thoughts as well as we go through the next couple of weeks and end the new year. Because when you can do that, you'll really feel more empowered and connected to your best self. Okay, everyone, thanks for playing with the world today. I'm so happy we got to connect. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week playing with the world. And as always, I'd love to see your comments down below on what you're doing or what you have done in the past to really help be there for someone who is feeling depressed. What has worked for you? Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Somewhere over the rain.